Hi, my name is Marcel and welcome to my LifePage. Today I will speak about my career as a project manager. But before I do, let me first introduce myself to you. I have done my education in the UK, where I pursued international relations at the University of Durham. After 3 years, I have decided to go study in Asia because I got interested in Asian affairs. And then I pursued my master's degree by research at the National University of Singapore in political science. Right after graduating, my first job was that of a project officer at the education department of an Asia-Europe Foundation, or ASEF for short. This job was basically a project management job. Project management is managing of a project. So it starts from the point when the project is thought of as an idea. Mostly there will be a funding agency for your project, or somebody will give you the funds. So the first step in project management is to write up a project proposal. A project proposal would contain the idea about the project, the suggested outcomes, the aims, the objectives, some information about the budgets, and then where you can evaluate the project, and also the benefits it will be bringing. Then you submit this project proposal and it will get approved or not. Once it gets approved, then you're good to go. Then the hard part starts. Then you will need to really plan your entire project. Most of our projects come down to... First of all, I'm going to speak about finance and accounting. So finance and accounting is very important if you're working in project management, because there's a lot of numbers you have to work with. If you don't like numbers, it's probably better that you start sort of a love affair with them, because there'll be a lot of them, especially when you're trying to devise your budget. So as I mentioned earlier, in the planning phase, you will have to, or in the proposal phase, you have to propose a certain budget. So you have to be very good in calculating all the costs that might be involved in the project, and then you have to be very good in predicting those costs. As I mentioned earlier, reports are really important for project management, because every time after a project, you have to evaluate your project. And you evaluate the project in the way that you write a report about it. So you need to involve a lot of primary and secondary research, and then juxtapose the research findings against the objectives and aims of the project proposal. So you have to look at those two things, and then you have to evaluate the successes of the project and come up with ideas for best practice and areas of improvement. This all will be written in a report, and as well as information about the budget and about the expenditures. So if you are really sound in report writing, it can really quick rewards. So you've been working on a project for a few months, and then but throughout this project, even during the months, there are a lot of points where you will feel that you're doing something right. For example, you will secure a great speaker for your event, or you will secure a great venue. So the rewards come pretty quickly as you're working on them. And they are quite directly linked to your skills for communication and networking. So if you know people, there's a higher chance that you will secure that great place. The long working hours especially start accumulating as you're getting closer to the implementation of the project. And that's for obvious reasons, because the work will just be piling up. And as the closer you get to the event, there will be more work. And on the days of the event itself, there will be a lot of work, because you will be the first one to wake up and the last one to go to sleep. Because you are the one to take care of everything from A to Z. And that means that there may be periods of intense work and of long working hours. So this is something that also has to be considered. And with long working hours, and then it's a lunch break. And after that, you go back to your office, and then you would start working on, let's say, you will start calling up people, maybe following up on those emails if somebody's not responding. And then you will have to, be securing things. You have to look at your plan, first of all. And in those plans, in this plan, you will see what tasks have been done and which tasks have not been done. So then you will have to really approach the tasks that have not been done. For example, secure the venues or the caterer, or, this or that speaker. So basically just coordinating everything that it falls into place. And you really have to really have to predict and think about every possible scenario. So it is really a work of just being bound to the desk, and then calling people, sending emails, communicating with maybe other departments in your organization, if you have department of communication or things like that, And then this would go on until about 6 p.m. But it depends. If it's one of those days that's approaching the major event or the project itself, then you will probably leave the office at around midnight, which is quite normal for about a week before the event itself. And on the day of the event, it may be a very different schedule. Of course, that's the most fun part. You probably travel somewhere, or you just have the conference there, and you get to meet all the people, and you get to eat very nice food, because it will be conference food, and normally conference food will be nice because you want to treat your guests very well. You get to create contacts and network. So this is very rewarding. And then after the conference, you go back into the routine of handling all the paperwork. So a day in the life of a project manager mostly consists of internal meetings, email writing, and phone calls. So I hope that today I was able to give you a balanced view on project management, and thank you for watching.